After your bucket of bokashi has stood for 2 weeks, it's ready to be processed into compost. The food waste will still have its physical properties, but will look somewhat pickled and have a cidery or yeast smell. You have a number of options to choose from, depending on how much space you have, how established your garden is, and what you're willing to invest. The first method is to dig a trench about a spade deep by about a meter long. If you have dogs, dig even deeper. Throw the contents of your bucket into the trench and cover it with soil. Seven to 10 weeks later, all your food waste will have decomposed and added nutrients back into your soil. After a while, earthworms will be abundant in your garden. The second option you have, if your garden is established, is to dig mini trenches. Using a hand spade, dig small trenches between your plants and bury small amounts of food waste in between the plants. The next processing option is to use a traditional compost heap. This method is preferable if you have dogs who insist on digging up your garden. Dig a hole inside your compost heap and cocoon the food waste inside. The EM inside the bokashi will speed up the decomposition of the food waste. For best results, keep your pile moist so that the temperature inside the pile will rise. Turn your pile every 2 to 3 weeks to speed up the process. Sifting the compost through a builder's sieve gives you a finer consistency that works better in vegetable gardens. Any sticks or bones that haven't completely decomposed can be sent through a shredding machine. The next option you have, if space is limited, is to use a composting bin or just a black dustbin. Drill some holes in the bottom and cut a flap to be able to pull the compost out. Start with some soil in the bin and then add your food waste. Cover the food waste with some more soil. This method of processing tends to be very wet and attracts the black soldier fly. These black soldier fly larvae are the most efficient decomposers and completely non-harmful to humans. They will go through a 25-liter bucket of food waste in only 5 days. For best results, keep adding garden refuse, including leaves and shredded sticks, to keep the moisture content in check. The easiest, most efficient and smallest space required for processing is to use a compost tumbler. Shred your garden refuse, including seed pods, leaves, branches and twigs. Take 1 bucket of food waste and combine it with 2 buckets of shredded garden waste. Add a bit of water to achieve about a 50% moisture content. If you squeeze a handful of compost, there should almost be a drip. Mix it all together like you would mix concrete. Load your mix into a compost tumbler. Turn the handle every few days to get the airflow and leave it in the tumbler for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, turn the compost out of the tumbler and leave it to stand for a further 2 weeks. This allows the pH level to return to neutral. Some of the bones, avopips and corn cobs will not have decomposed completely. Send them through the shredder. The continuous turning method needs space and commitment to follow the routine every 2 weeks. This requires setting up composting stalls or compartments where you will turn the compost.